Look around you. Really look. What do you see? You see millions of people running the same race. They wake up early, they commute, they work hard, they pay their bills, they follow every single rule they were taught in school. And yet, 80% of them are one missed paycheck away from ruin. Now look at the shadows. There is a second group of people. They don't work harder than you. In fact, many work far less, yet their wealth grows automatically, even when they sleep, even when the economy crashes. This isn't luck, it isn't magic, and it definitely isn't skipping avocado toast. It is a difference in software. You are running on the worker operating system, designed to keep you efficient, obedient, and poor. They are running on the owner operating system. Today, I am going to uninstall your old programming. I'm going to hand you the 3 invisible rules of the shadow economy. Welcome to the playbook. To understand how to win, you must first accept an uncomfortable truth. The financial system is not broken. It is working exactly as it was designed. It is a wealth transfer machine. Every time you deposit money in a bank, that money is lent out to someone else at a profit. You get 0.1%, the bank gets 7%. Your labor fuels their leverage. Think about this. Why does your salary stay flat while the price of housing doubles? It is because there are 2 economies. Economy A is the real economy. This is where you live. You trade time for money. It is slow, heavy, and taxed to death. Economy B is the asset economy. This is where the wealthy live. They trade money for more money. It is fast, liquid, and largely tax-free. Most people spend their entire lives trying to work harder in Economy A to get rich. That is like trying to win a swimming race by running faster on the pool deck. You're in the wrong medium. We're going to move you from Economy A to Economy B, and we start with the most misunderstood weapon in history: debt. If you listen to generic financial gurus, they will tell you one thing: debt is evil, pay it off, cut up your credit cards. For the average consumer, this is good advice, but for the wealthy, it is laughable. In the shadow economy, debt is not a shackle, it is kinetic energy. Let me explain the difference between consumer debt and strategic debt. Consumer debt is when you borrow money to buy a liability, a car, a TV, a vacation. This money is gone, and you must work tomorrow to pay for the fun you had yesterday. This is slavery. Strategic debt is when you borrow money to buy an asset. Let's say you want to buy a rental property for $200,000. The worker mindset says, I must save $200,000. This will take you 10 years. By the time you save it, inflation has made the property cost $300,000. You lose. The owner mindset says, I will put down $40,000 and the bank will give me $160,000. Now listen closely. Who pays back that $160,000? Not you. The tenant pays it. You control the asset, you keep the profit, but you used the bank's money to get it. This is called OPM, other people's money. While the poor try to get out of debt, the rich are racing to get into good debt. Why? Because debt is tax-free money. If you work for $100,000, you are taxed. If you borrow $100,000 against an asset, you pay 0 tax. Ask yourself right now, in your life, are you the one paying interest or are you the one collecting it? If you are paying it, you are the asset. You are the product being sold. Rule number 2 is the most violent rule of all. It is the silent killer of the middle class: inflation. They tell you inflation is just prices going up. That is a lie. Inflation is not prices going up. It is the value of your money going down. It's a hidden tax.
Every time the government prints a new dollar, the dollar in your pocket becomes worth less. It's simple supply and demand. So what does the average person do? They save. They put their money in a savings account, earning 2%, while real inflation is running at 5, 8, or 10%. Mathematically, saving money is guaranteeing you will be poorer in 10 years than you are today. In the shadow economy, we don't save currency, we hold debt. Remember the $160,000 loan from rule number 1? If inflation goes up, the value of the dollar drops. That means the debt you owe becomes easier to pay off years later with cheap dollars. Inflation destroys savers, but it subsidizes debtors. The wealthy love inflation because it inflates their asset prices, houses, stocks, gold, while simultaneously wiping out the real value of their debt. You have been trying to swim upstream against the current of inflation. Stop swimming. Build a boat. Buy assets that float. This isn't a theory. Look at 1971. That's when the money became unbacked by gold. Since then, saving your way to wealth has become mathematically impossible. If you aren't investing, you aren't just standing still, you're drowning. We have covered debt and inflation. Now we reach the final component, velocity. The average person treats money like a solid object. They get it, they hold it, they spend it. It stops moving. The wealthy treat money like a liquid. It must always be flowing. This is called the velocity of money. When a wealthy person earns a dollar, they never let it sit idle. They immediately push it into an investment. That investment yields a return. That return is immediately reinvested. It is a constant cycle of compounding. Here's the trap you fall into, the consumer trap. You earn money, you pay taxes immediately, before you even touch the money. Then you pay your bills. Then you spend what is left. Money comes in and it dies. In the shadow economy, the flow is reversed. They earn money. They spend it on business expenses and assets first. Then they pay taxes only on what is left over. By changing the order of operations, they legally pay less tax and keep more capital moving. You don't need a corporation to start thinking this way. You need to look at every dollar that leaves your hand and ask, is this purchase a dead end or is it a seed? So here's your summary. The shadow playbook is simple, but it is not easy. 1. Use strategic debt to acquire assets, not liabilities. 2. Never hold cash. Convert it to assets that ride the wave of inflation. 3. Keep your money moving. Increase its velocity. The system is rigged against the employee. It is rigged against the saver. It is rigged against the consumer. But it is rigged in favor of the owner. You do not have to burn the system down. You just have to stop playing the role of the victim. This channel is your education. We're going to go deeper into every single one of these concepts. We will break down exactly how to value an asset, how to read a market cycle, and how to spot the lies on the news. If you are ready to leave the worker economy behind, make sure you are subscribed. And if you want to see exactly how the banks create money out of thin air, the mechanism that drives everything we just talked about, click this video right here. It connects the final dot. I'll see you in the shadows.